So let's get into it then. Let's have a look at how we've been doing for January so far with the value selections. Slightly changed the value selections for the new year in as much that I've only highlighted selections where it's evens or above. So you can see 2.0, 2.68, 2.42, and only in the case where the market that we're betting in, our selection is the favourite in that market. That might sound a bit complicated, but it's really not. So you can take this French game, for example, 1.57 versus 3.57. So obviously the favourite outcome there is the overs. And we've got a 2.0, so that qualifies here. 1.58 to 2.68 qualifies. 1.76 to 2.42. So I think you can see where we're going with that. You can see there will be a few that are the favourite outcome, but don't sort of fit those criteria, so I haven't been selecting them. It doesn't mean that you can't select them, obviously, it's just something that I haven't been. You can see here, for example, 1.31 for unders, and 1.70 being offered, which is a value offering, but because it doesn't come in at over evens, I've not highlighted it because just for my personal betting, I've been finding that, I think it's pretty obvious that if you get less than evens, you're going to need a much higher win percentage. And yeah, it can just be a bit disheartening sometimes when you sort of lose a couple and then you win a couple, but realise that the two you've won are only sort of zero point 0.5 of a stake that you actually get because it was at 1.5. So that's what I'm doing going forward for the value selections. That's what you'll see on this tab. Rather than just anything that's value. Again, another one there that isn't highlighted. That's what I've been doing. So let's have a look. 1st of January, how did we get on? I think we did all right on the 1st of January from what I remember. So we had an away win for Blackpool Sunderland, which didn't come in. It ended up 1-1. Sunderland are in pretty good form lately, so that was I was happy to sort of see that one come up. Fleetwood versus Shrewsbury. 3-0 away win, perfect. For the away wins, and I'm going to be consistent throughout all of the spreadsheets, where we've got two highlighted here, it's suggesting really that it could be a lay on the home team, but I know not everybody uses betting exchanges, so I'm highlighting them as value, as a lay value, but we're going to go with the away win because we don't use the value selections to predict draws because I use my draw selections for that. So that means if we've got to pick one of them, it's always going to be the away win. So you'll see that that's why we've got 2.55. It's going to be consistent throughout. It's not just because the draw came in. You'll see later on that some don't actually figure out in our favour, but there you go. So sorry, not that the draw came in, the win. So that was a great one though, a lovely away win. I do love to see the away wins coming in. Another away win for Exeter, 0-1 against Oxford, so we got a nice profit there. The unders didn't come in here. I'm not going to go through every single game because I know it can be boring. I do like to pick out some of the better, higher priced ones. I think that those two away wins are ones of particular interest. I mean, you wouldn't have expected PSG to lose 3-1 away, but they did. It's not often you get good value on PSG either. Obviously, the bookies knew something I didn't. Probably to do with a bit of a hangover from the World Cup and a lot of the players not being back. Messi and Mbappe probably weren't back. I don't know. I didn't watch that game, but we ended up with a 4.54 win anyway. So that's good. 2nd of January. We've got the unders didn't come in for Brentford Liverpool after that early Brentford goal. I knew that was a goner, to be honest. I didn't expect it to finish 3-1, but I knew that Liverpool would be pushing and there were going to be more goals in that, unfortunately. As you can see, though, I didn't highlight it because it wasn't the sort of favourite in the market, but you can see the value on Brentford there that we've thrown up 6.0 for Brentford to win, and I wanted to highlight it when I saw it. I wanted to highlight it, but I can't keep changing the criteria. But that'd be a lovely 5 points profit there for a 3-1 win. So that just shows you the power of what we're doing here. In the Championship, a lovely run of away wins. So we got the Preston away win, Burnley away win, Hull away win, 3 in a row. Love to see that. Narrowly missed out on the Sheffield United away win, which of all of them probably would have been one of the ones you'd have thought would come in. And then it's interesting because we had quite a few losses in a row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a 9 in a row. But because of the other sort of value selections that did come in, again we start picking some up. We actually ended the day with a 5.83 profit, which is brilliant. You can see here, this is a great one. Troyes, I think he pronounced it Troyes, against Strasbourg, an away win at 3.32 and 3.2 points of profit. So that's a lovely away win. You can see the away wins are really coming in clutch this year. On the third, Leicester Fulham, another great away win for Fulham. Another away win at Brighton. Newcastle, I've given us 1.06 there for the draw, which I shouldn't have actually, should I? I thought I'd give us a little something for the draw because it was such high stakes, but I can't have it both ways, can I? So we're gonna cancel that one off. But we did get the what am I doing? Such a donut. That's for the unders that came in. So we didn't win on this, but we did win on the unders. But that's a great bet as well. The value that we've got there. We're saying there's value in Newcastle and there's value in the unders, and it ended 0-0. So again, it's showing some really encouraging signs. 0-3 down here. So we didn't get the home win, but we did get the overs. 5.03 profit. It's not all a successful. Spoiler, -4 on the next one. So yeah, the next one wasn't as successful. Got a couple of -1s here. We wanted unders in Leeds West Ham, which was a high scoring game. Southampton, they can't buy a win, can they? So a nice 4-0 away win again for Spurs. 1-1. So we didn't get the home win or the overs in that one. Italy was a pretty bad start after the winter break. Got a couple of results going in. And I personally never like to bet on these ones where you got two. I'll highlight it because it's fitting the criteria, but I don't like to bet on two markets in the same match because you end up with -2 if they both don't come in. No one likes that. -4 and -1 on the last day as well, which is there wasn't too much going on that day. Again, another double there, which is annoying. The 6th, which is today, I haven't done yet at the time of recording. And if we go and have a look at how we did overall, I wanted to break it down a little bit. Sorry, it's a bit rough this because I've just a second done it, but I wanted to look at where the wins or the profit was coming. It's still a bit sketchy, but you can see that we've got great success in the away wins, which I think was pretty evident from the ones we just looked at. You could see them cropping up with bigger odds because you're always going to get higher odds for away wins as well. So definitely something if you want to narrow down even further from the value selections, if you want to look at away wins for the value selections and also the home lays, which is basically the away win or the draw. I haven't put a figure against this because, as I say, if we're not betting on the exchange, it's difficult to get a read on what the profit would be if you were laying. It's a double chance, but it mean in the traditional bookies it's a double chance, but I'd have to go through all the odds again and find out what the double chance price was at the time, and I haven't done that and I don't want to, so I just left it as a percentage. But you can see that every time a home lay came up, so a double chance for the away team or draw, 5 times in the last 5 days, they've all come in. So coupled with the away wins, there's certainly a strategy there to be looking at to narrow down what you're doing and sort of get involved with those away teams. The unders hasn't performed brilliantly. We're at -2.48. It's a very small sample in terms of the month so far, but the overs have done decent, 1.3 in total, 7.29, but that isn't obviously the overall profit for the month so far because we haven't accounted for the profit we've been making on the home lays. So yeah, it's been really encouraging. I don't think I've actually added up the total profit, have I? Let's just do that now quickly, shall we? So it's been really positive. Like I say, I'm always looking for angles and sort of signs in the data for improvement, and I think I'm quite encouraged by the away teams, which has always been the case, that the away teams with the odds are going to be favourable if you can get value on them, and I really like the look of them, so I'm going to be pursuing that. So 10.94 profit so far without anything on the lays, and I think that's real good, solid stuff. We're about 9 minutes now. I don't think I want to bore you anymore. So yeah, I'll be doing the same for the draws. Bear in mind that any results that you want to see from December, which I haven't had time to sort of build content around, just because of Christmas, but they are all up there. All of the Poisson, I keep calling it Poisson, the MBM draw stuff is up on the website and it's public domain now. You can get on there whenever you want. So let's have a look. If you go to the members daily fixtures, you won't be able to see the daily fixtures. Well, you will because I'm logged in, obviously. But even people who aren't members can go down and have a look at the archives and see. This will link through to a Google Drive that you can then go in and you can see where I'm getting these results from. So it's all completely transparent. So anybody who's asking sort of where's the stuff for December, I'm not going to get time to go back and build content around that now. Just being honest, I'm not going to. But look, you can see it's all there, so I'm not hiding anything. I encourage you to go and have a look at it. You'll see all the draw selections, everything that was tipped, if you like. So yeah, knock yourselves out, go and have a look. Thanks very much. I'll be back with you soon.